Welcome back, guys. Today we're going to be replacing the power steering pump on this HZJ75 Landcruiser. The old pump had a leak, the feed hose to it, and now it's noisy and we've probably destroyed the pump from running it out of oil. So we're going to replace the pump, fill the oil up, bleed the air out of the system, and go from there. I'll just take the reservoir cap off. As you can see on that dipstick, there's still plenty of oil in it. We'll just start it up and show you the sound it's making. So that's the grinding sound it's making. There's plenty of oil in it, but you can see all the oil is like aerated, like the pump's cavitating. So we'll just leave that loose, so we'll drain the oil. We'll just lift the car up on the hoist because we'll be doing the job from underneath. Yeah, before we start, I'll show you what the power steering pump looks like. This is it here. It sits just in front of your left-hand engine mount. There's a banjo bolt on the top. The hose connects to the bottom as well, and two little M6s. And then it mounts on with two studs. So we've just got to take the nuts off. This is a new one, it doesn't have the drive gear on it. So we'll have to take the drive gear and the woodruff key off the old one. Let's get into it. Okay, run to the car now. This is your power steering pump here. That's your left-hand engine mount. So we're just going to take this bottom hose off. That top hose has got a banjo fitting on it, and this has got a stud, top and bottom. So we're going to remove all them and pull it off. I'm going to remove this hose first because that's your feed from your reservoir, and just let it drain the oil out. Okay, there's just a 12mm bolt here as well, which is just a clamp for that bottom hose. We'll undo that. Yeah, just undo these two little M6s, 10mm heads on them. Once we pull this hose off, it's just going to drain the reservoir, so make sure you got a drain tray ready. got an O-ring on it, so just wriggle it off. Probably only about half a litre of oil or something though. Okay, now that oil's drained out, let's move that hose to the side a bit. We'll undo that banjo fitting up the top with the other hose. Just get it from inside the wheel guard. 22mm socket. It's very tight. On your banjo fitting there should be a copper washer or something, top and bottom, so just make sure you don't drop that as it comes out. They're just the seals on it, on top and bottom. That's the banjo nut. So now we just need to undo them top and bottom studs. For that you'll need a 14mm socket. Let's get the top one from the wheel arch again. Now you got those two nuts off, you should be able to pull this pump out. Slide out, slide down. That's the gear on it. Okay, now that we got the pumps off, we need to take this gear off, put it in this one. It's also your mounting O-ring, they'll have to go on there. But yeah, this 17mm socket. Use an impact gun, it'll get it off easy. And I'm just going to put this little puller on. 3-legged puller that get this gear off. Same thing, I'm just going to use the impact gun so it vibrates it off a bit too. Sit there, got the key in there. The pliers and pull the key out. There we go. Into the new pump. Okay, so this is where it mounts up from the back, just on those two studs. And that's the back of the timing case. That's just gear driven in there. Okay, so we'll just fit the new pump up. That gear might have to turn a little bit as it goes in. Just give it a bit of a wriggle. Get your top and bottom mounting nuts back on. Tighten them up. I'll put the top hose on. So you're going to get a seal copper washer under the hose and one on top of the hose, and then put the bolt through. Do that up. Got that pretty firm. That's your high pressure side. And your bottom one. The O-ring on that. And that just pushes up. The two little M6s. Just put in your hose clamp bolt. Alright, that's the underside done. We'll drop the car down, put some oil in it, bleed the system, and check for leaks. Okay, so we're back in the engine bay now. Just take your cap off the reservoir and put some power steering fluid in there. We'll top that back up. Try not to spill too much. So to fill that reservoir, that was about 450 mils. But the pump's going to take some as well, so we'll just put the cap back on. What we're going to do is just start it up for a couple seconds, then turn it off, and then we'll recheck the oil. That should circulate a bit through the pump. So just recheck this oil level, and it's gone down, so we'll top it up. It should circulate a bit of oil down through the pump, so I don't want to run it dry. Just top that back up to the full mark. We'll start it up again a couple times and then recheck it. Alright, that oil level stayed up good that time, so that pump should be primed. Might just lift the car off the ground a bit, just so the wheels are just off. Start it up, and then circulate the steering wheel to bleed the air out of the whole system, and then we'll recheck the oil as well. Alright, so we'll just recheck the oil level. Just put a tiny bit more in. There is a hot mark and a cold mark for this oil level, so you just want it at the top of the cold mark. There's that spot on there now. This was a full bottle of oil. Right. 600 mils of oil it took. Okay, now I'm just going to start it up with the wheels on the ground. That'll just load the pump up in the system and make sure everything's good. Alright, that sounds a lot better. Just gonna jump underneath it, check for leaks, make sure that pump, the mounting O-ring, none of it has any oil leaks. That's back underneath it. There's your mounting O-ring. Your bottom hose, your low pressure one, your top hose, your high pressure one. Doesn't look like any of it's leaking, which is good. There you go, so that's how we change the power steering pump on this HZJ75 Landcruiser. Very important to bleed the system and check for leaks as well. Apart from that, all I'm going to do is throw some degreaser on it, pressure clean it, make it look nice again. So thanks for watching, hope you learnt something. Like, subscribe, comment, and we'll see you on the next one.